Hello everyone, this is Lina. Welcome to my YouTube tutorial channel, and today we're going to be baking some cookies. So here I'm just using some ready sliced up almonds, but obviously if you can't eat any nuts of any forms, just leave them out. And we're just going to slightly roast them in the oven for 15 minutes. All the instructions are on the video if you keep watching. So here I've finely roasted for 15 minutes. Don't overcook them. You don't want them too brown. Just lightly fluff them up a little bit. Just move them around and just then leave them to one side to cool down. So we're going to be using 250 grams of room temperature butter, unsalted butter, 1 cup icing sugar, and then we're just going to lightly blend that all together to make sure it's well combined. So now for the fun part, 3 tablespoons of brandy. So we're just going to add that to our mixture. And then we're going to also add 3 tablespoons of rose water. Again, that's optional. If you can't find this, you don't have to have that. And then we're going to be adding 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then we're just going to combine all those ingredients together. So now we're going to be adding 4 cups of self-raising flour, but we're going to be doing that gradually by adding 2 tablespoons at a time until the mixture is completely combined. So I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to my channel. Just hit that notification bell so you're next aware when I upload a video. Once all the ingredients are combined, leave the mixture to one side, and now we're going back to our roasted almonds, and we're just going to move them around, and you can see they're really crunchy, and so we're just going to crush them now and to make sure they're a little bit smaller so that we can then mix this into our dough ingredients. So once that's complete, we're going to add our almond pieces to our cookie dough mixture, and then we're just literally going to be using our hand to make sure that everything is well combined. So our cookie dough is finally ready. As you can see, it's a really nice texture, and we're just going to roll that out so we can then start cutting. So here I'll be using an apple core remover, and it makes an ideal cookie cutter if you want little biscuit sizes, but you can use any shape cookie dough cutter that you want. I'm just going to use these and various other tools to get the cookie shapes that I want, but you can be creative and use whatever you have to hand. Now don't forget to place them far apart, because when they rise they do tend to sort of spread out and join the other cookies, so you don't want that. So try and leave a big gap as possible. Once you've placed all your cookies on the tray, make sure you leave them in the fridge for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just to because the butter has been out in the open. And then once they've been in the fridge for 5 minutes, put them in the oven. Also try and stay near your oven so you can keep an eye on your cookies, because you want them slightly golden brown. Don't overcook them, otherwise they'll be too hard. So you want them a little bit soft. And then while they're still hot, you want to sprinkle lots of icing sugar all over your cookies. And here are the final cookies all cooked up. And here I've done various shapes using different cookie cutters. And you can see the earlier ones that I made there. And I've really coated them in sugar, icing sugar. But you don't have to put icing sugar. It's entirely up to you. But it just gives it that really lovely taste. You can't resist it. As you can see, they're really crispy inside, especially with the almonds. It really does have a lot of flavour with the rose water and the brandy blended in there. But obviously, if you're giving this to kids, you can leave those ingredients out, leave the brandy out, add something else. Maybe you can add strawberry water or something like that. The options are endless. Just be creative. Just follow my ingredients step-by-step tutorial and you shouldn't go wrong. And don't forget once again to subscribe to my channel, leave comments below. I'd like to hear if you've made these cookies and how they turned out. And I'll see you again next week for another tutorial on Lina's home creation. And I'm just posting a few cooking recipes for you guys to try out.